you also have the number of attempts fixed. So that means how many number of time you can give this examination is also being decided, fixed, the maximum number of attempt, and it is 6 for a general category student. In case of OBC, it is 9. In case of SC, ST, it is unlimited till the time the age criteria is there. So that way, you have age criteria as well as the eligible, attempt criteria also in this examination. Now, this particular slide that is there on your screen, it is the most important slide of this whole session. Okay. This contains the complete exam pattern of all 3 stages. Okay. So let me try to explain. I'll spend around 2 minutes on this slide. If you feel any question, any query, any confusion in whatever I'm explaining, please let me know on the chat window. I'll explain again. But it is extremely important that you go through this slide with focus if you plan to prepare for UPSC or appear for UPSC civil service examination. Now, as I told you, there are 3 stages. The stage 1 is prelims examination. Now, let me also, okay, just give me a moment. Okay, so the first stage is prelims examination. Now, this prelims examination is an objective type stage. That means you have MCQs, you have question and 4 options. This is a single day examination. There are 2 papers in the prelims examination. The first paper is called General Studies Paper 1. The second paper in UPSC language is called General Studies Paper 2, but in normal language, we call it CSAT, Civil Services Aptitude Test. The first paper, General Studies, comprised of history, geography, polity, economy, and so on. We'll discuss about the syllabus. The second paper, CSAT, comprises of maths, quant, reasoning, and reading comprehension. Both these papers are 200 markers. There are 100 questions in paper 1 and there are 80 questions in paper 2. Okay. Then you also have one another criteria in paper 2 that it is qualifying only. That means you just need to score 33% marks, 66 marks out of 200 in the paper 2 of prelims. The paper 1 is the paper where the marks are being counted for the next stage. So whatever is your score in GS paper 1 of prelims out of 200, based on that, you will get into the next stage of main examination, provided you are qualifying in the paper 2, that is CSAT. Now, please do not get confused when I say qualifying only 33%, only 66 marks out of 200. This particular paper of CSAT, GS paper 2, is extremely difficult. In last 3 years, the UPSC have increased their difficulty level exponentially. And it is not a joke to score that 33% marks in the CSAT paper. So do not take it lightly. Do not underestimate because it is qualifying. It is the paper which we are now started calling as silent killer. Okay, now let's move to the stage 2. Now you have given your prelims examination. You have scored qualifying marks in paper 2 of prelims and you have scored enough marks to get into stage 2. Now, when you get into the stage 2, it is called main examination. It is a subjective exam. The examination happens for 5-6 days. There are 11 papers in the main examination. Out of these 11 papers, another important factor, all these 11 papers are subjective. That means descriptive. Now there are no options. You have to write long answers out here in main examination and that makes it tricky. Other than what you know, how you write also becomes important out here because there are word limits. So that means how you comprehend your answer. Your writing skills also plays a part in main examination. So when you prepare for UPSC, along with the knowledge that you are gaining, you also need to prepare your writing skills and your reading skills also, obviously. Now, let's understand the paper that happens in the main, that is the second stage of the examination. The first 2 papers are language paper. So one is an Indian language paper. So based on where you are from, what is your mother tongue, you can select the language that you wanted to opt for, that you wanted to yourself to get examined for in the Indian language paper. So for example, if you are from Punjab and you are more comfortable in Punjabi than Hindi, you can select Punjabi as your Indian language. If you are from down south and you wanted to take, let's say, Tamil or Telugu as your Indian language paper, you are allowed to do that. The second paper is, in the language paper, is English paper. This is a compulsory English paper. So it doesn't matter where you belongs to. You have to give this paper, English paper, compulsorily. And both these language paper are also qualifying in nature. But here the qualifying marks are 25%. Now these two papers are 300 markers, these language papers. That means you have to score 75 minimum marks to get through these papers. If you don't score 75 marks in either of these language paper, your other main examination copy will not be even checked. Okay, your exam will be finished at that stage only. Now, you have given your language paper, you have scored more than 75. Now comes the other 7 papers. Okay. So total 9 papers are there in mains, 2 are language papers. The other 7 papers, the rest of the 7 paper is where the marks are being counted for your final result for ranking. Okay. So now these 7 papers are, the first is an essay paper where you have to write 2 long essays. The second is GS1, General Studies 1, General Studies 2, General Studies 3, General Studies 4. And then there are 2 papers for optional subject. Now you need to understand the paper 1 of prelims, general studies paper that you have given in prelims examination now has been divided into 3 papers. GS1, GS2, GS3 when mains examination happens. And general studies 4 is a separate subject which is not part of prelims. It is called ethics, integrity and aptitude. Optional subject is you have to select one optional subject out of the list that UPSC provide. 20 plus optional subject list is being provided by UPSC. You have to select one optional subject paper. That will be, there will be 2 papers of the same optional subject. So let's say if you have taken history as your optional subject, you have history paper 1 and history paper 2 in the main examination. All these 7 papers are 250 markers. So a total of 1750 marks are allotted for main examination. And whatever is your score in that 1750 marks, based on that, you either will get a call for personality test, which we call UPSC interview, or you will not get a call. Okay. Now, how it is being decided that you will get a call for, on what marks you will get a call. So every year UPSC, based on their vacancies, decided a cutoff based on the vacancy and based on the scoring pattern of that particular year. After the examination, after the copies get checked, they finally decide a cutoff mark. If you are above that cutoff mark, you are selected for the interview. If you are below that cutoff mark, you are not selected for that interview. So now this is another complexity in the paper that you don't even know when you are giving the examination paper, that what will be the cutoff for this particular year. So based on the paper difficulty level, the complexity level, you have to guess and you have to score accordingly. You have to, attempt your paper accordingly. Now, another important factor in this particular thing is that your interview marks and your mains examination marks, they are being added for your final result, which means that whatever you are scoring in main examination is not only important to get an interview call, it is also important to get into the final ranking. So your main marks are super important for your final result. Now, when you go for the interview round or the personality test, which UPSC calls it, you will be assessed on 275 marks. The maximum marks in interview is 275. So whatever be your score in 275 and the score in 1715 mains, both are being added and your final result, final ranking will be on the basis of 2025 marks, 1750 of mains and 275 of interview. Now, in the last row, you can see some numbers written in the last column. Okay, these are the weightage in the final ranking of that particular, subject. So, for example, general studies has 49% weightage in the final ranking. Interview has 14% weightage. Optional subject had 25% weightage and essay have 12% of weightage. Okay, so that is all about the UPSC civil service exam pattern. Now, Sneha has asked that prelims exam marks will not count. No. So, for your final result in UPSC civil service examination, your prelims marks will not be counted. So, your prelims stage is basically a filter stage. You just need to pass the prelim stage, get into mains, and the prelims marks will hold no value after that. Push, if you have any doubt, please write on the chat window. I'll answer. Okay. Now, another important thing that you need to note down out here is that when you give the examination in any of the year, whatever be the stage that you reach to, let's say you've gone to main stage, but after that you are not able to get an interview call. Or if you have gotten an interview call, but you are not there in the final select list. The next year you have to start from scratch. You have to start again from prelims examination. So you'll not get any kind of, any kind of plus point based on your previous year performance. Now, Ashish is asking how many years are required for preparation. So I am telling you a 1-year preparation plan. Ideally, if you have time, I would always say that you require close to 18 months of preparation. I'll explain it to you how that 18 months pan out. Okay, but you require close to 12 to 18 months are minimum, 12 months are bare minimum that you require for this examination. Now, Sneha is asking, and what about paper 1 of prelims examination? You say we must have to score good marks. See, paper 1 of prelims examination is the entry gate for main examination. If you don't get into main examination, your paper is finished. You'll not be able to go through. So for that, you require to score good marks in general studies paper 1 of prelims, because that's the entry gate for your main examination. But once you get into main examination, your prelims marks holds no value. Now, somebody is asking, so Rajeshri is asking, sir, what is the qualifying marks in main examination? See, in the paper A and B, the language paper, the qualifying marks are 75 out of 300. For the other 7 papers, every year they release a cutoff. They decide a cutoff mark. Usually the cutoff is in between 45 to 55%. Okay. TK Toku is asking, can you give more information about Indian language paper 1? So UPSC, whatever be the scheduled language in the constitution, there are, I guess, 27, 28 scheduled languages. You can select any of that language as your language paper, Indian language paper. So you can give as per your choice. Okay, so it is up to you what language you wanted to get that paper on. Now, if you are asking what kind of questions are being asked in the Indian language paper, so you can go and see your 10th, board paper of English or Hindi or Punjabi or whatever language you have given your 10th paper. It is in the same structure. Okay, so there'll be grammar, there'll be reading comprehension, there'll be literature, those kind of questions are there. There'll be, essay writing, message writing, notice writing, all those stuffs. Ashish is asking, sir, with graduation, we can prepare in 18 months, 100%. Kush is asking, sir, I want to know, is there any corruption involved while giving marks? No. There is not. See, the only place where there could be some kind of a biasness, I will not say corruption, but some kind of a biasness, that is at the interview stage. Okay, because interview is subjective. Okay, but otherwise, in my experience of past 21 years with the UPSC civil service examination, I have never ever seen any kind of corruption in the marks or in the examination paper. Now he's asking what is the passing marks for prelims and mains respectively. Again, see, it depends on year to year, difficulty level to difficulty level. There is no decided passing marks. But if you wanted to take a ballpark figure in prelims, in general studies, out of 200, you have to score between 100 to 110 marks. Sometimes it will go beyond 110, but usually it will remain between 100 to 110, the cutoff out of 200 in prelims. In the main examination, cutoff is in between 45% to 55%. Okay, usually within 50% ही होती है cutoff. Now Sneha is asking, sir, there are 9 exams, so how it will happen in 5 days? So there are 2 examination in 1 day. Okay. Ashish is asking, sir, I am pursuing eco honors. Will it also help me? See, any graduation that you are doing will gonna help, because this is a paper which have lot of facets. There is history, there is geography, there is economy, there is science and technology, there is internal security, there is maths, there is reading comprehension. Everything is there in this paper. So whatever be your graduation, it will gonna help in the civil service examination. Okay, so it doesn't matter. So for UPSC, it completely doesn't matter that what background you have in terms of education, in terms of experience. What matters is that how much effort that you're gonna do in those 12 to 18 months, that's gonna matter. Okay, so now I'm going ahead. Thank you for making the session interactive, asking so many questions. I hope I'm able to, answer you. Okay, let me just clear the annotation. Okay, now let's understand. So I'll give you that 12 to 18 months plan. Don't worry. Okay, so I'll explain that to you. Okay, now let's understand in a bit the syllabus. So I'll just take you through the syllabus in a hurry. But if you wanted to prepare for UPSC civil service examination, I recommend that you go through the syllabus for 1-2 days. You understand, take it, in your mind, completely understand the syllabus. Okay. Now I'll just explain you the syllabus in a little in a hurried manner, because we don't have much time. Okay, so in the paper 1 of general studies, you have current affairs, history, you have geography, you have polity, governance, you have economics, social development, you have environment, you have ecology, and you have general science. So that is the syllabus for your prelims examination general studies. For CSAT, you have reading comprehension, 10th class mathematics, and reasoning. For main examination, language paper based on the language that you have. Essay paper, there is no syllabus as such. You have to start writing, practicing essay. Whatever you are studying in general studies will help you in essay. In the paper, general studies paper 1 of main examination, it is history and geography. So Indian heritage, so it also have art and culture, history and geography. Then paper 2 of main examination, GS paper 2, it is polity, social justice, international relation, governance. So polity and governance, social justice, international relation, IR. This is the syllabus for general studies paper 2. Now paper 3 has technology, tech, science and technology, economics, internal security, disaster management, environment. These are the subjects. These are subjects in itself. They are not topics. Okay. And paper 4 of general studies is ethics, integrity, and aptitude. So there are questions based on certain situation, moral situation, where you have to answer. There are no right and wrong answer, but there are more right and less wrong kind of answers. Optional subject syllabus based on the optional subject that you take. But whatever be your optional subject, the syllabus will be till graduation level on that subject. Okay. Let's go ahead. Personality test. So you will be judged in the interview. You will be judged on your personality, your leadership quality, how logical you are in your decision making. Okay, and your overall, your personality, how it fits to the role of a civil servant. So that will be the criteria for personality test or the UPSC interview. So Sneha is asking, please repeat the syllabus of CSAT. For CSAT, you have 10th class mathematics. You have reading comprehension, so passage reading and then answering based on those passages. And then you have logical reasoning. So question based on reasoning. So question based on relationships, question based on, clocks and calendars, all those kind of questions. So now, when you start your UPSC preparation, for first 1 week, for 2 days to 5 days, your job is to understand the pattern syllabus of the, you have to understand the examination. Now for next two to 3 months, please, so I've written 1-2 days, it's an typing error, please ignore that. Now for next 2 to 3 months, your job is to cover your NCERT books. So I'm telling you those 12 to 18 months, how you have to pan those out. Okay, so first 1 week, understanding the examination, nitty-gritties, syllabus, everything. Then the second step is for next 2, 3, 4 months, what you need to do is you need to go through the NCERT books, CBSE NCERT books of polity, history, geography, economy, science, class 6 to class 10th. Now this is the base. This is super important step in your preparation. So do not be in a hurry. Do not try to finish them in 1 month. Take your time, because the base that you create from NCERT will gonna help you for the round the year, the preparation that you're gonna go for UPSC examination. So NCERT, and you will find that round about 20% of the paper is directly from NCERT, both in prelims and mains examination. So it is super duper important to create your base. And also there are direct questions that you'll find from NCERT in the UPSC examination. Now one thing that you need to make sure when you are reading your NCERT books, that you have to go strictly according to the syllabus of UPSC examination. So there are topics which you need not to study in NCERT because they are not part of the UPSC syllabus. That's why those first 7 days are important, where you are reading the syllabus, understanding the syllabus, so that when you are reading NCERTs, when you are doing your NCERTs, you know the syllabus, so you know which chapters to do, which chapters to leave. Now, Sneha is asking, sir, there is no requirement to read 11th and 12th NCERT books. There are certain subjects where 11, 12 NCERT books, few chapters are there. Okay. But otherwise, for the whole NCERT, 6 to 10th are to be done. After that, step 3 is to start with your current affairs. Now, current affairs today in UPSC Civil Service Examination is omnipresent. That means it is there in every paper. Whether you are giving an essay paper, whether you're giving GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4 or prelims general studies paper, you will find questions interlinked with current affairs. Even if they're asking a question on history, they're asking because something related to that historical thing has happened in a very recent time. Some new kind of excavation that happened very recently. Something is being found about Harappa, and that's why you are finding a question on Harappa in this particular year's UPSC Civil Service Examination GS Paper 1. So current affairs is a integral part of your preparation. Now there are 2-3 important factors when you study current affairs. Now current affairs will start after you finish your NCERT books. So Rajeshri is asking, what is step 1? Step 1 is understanding the examination and understanding the syllabus of the examination, each paper. Now, there are 3-4 factors, important things to note when you are doing your current affairs for UPSC Civil Service Examination. One thing, do not start it without the NCERT background. See, UPSC, when let's say you start reading newspaper for UPSC Civil Service Examination. Now, reading newspaper for UPSC Civil Service Examination is a different ball game altogether. You need to study certain sections and you need to study with examination in mind. So if you don't have pre-knowledge of history, geography, polity, economy, you'll not be able to relate to the examination, that newspaper article. So that's why I'm saying you start your current affairs only after you finish the NCERT, you have the base in general studies. Now, another important factor in current affairs is that you have to restrict your sources. That means do not go overboard in current affairs. Just, decide that these are the 3 things that I'm going to do, because it's endless. And you'll kind of, find yourself in a situation after 3-4 months that you don't able to understand what you have covered, what is left. That is why it is extremely important. So only decide, the 1 or 2 magazine, 1 newspaper, and maybe, 1 coaching notes. That's it. Nothing else. Or maybe, government websites, PIB and all. Okay. Indian Express, you can read the Hindu and newspaper, you can read the Hindu or Indian Express. Usually they are good for UPSC civil service examination because they have been written in that language. Okay. For Hindi medium, you can read Hindustan, maybe. Now, so current affairs sources. Acha, one other thing about current affairs is that when you start it after your NCERT, 2-3 months, 4 months of preparation of NCERT, then it will go on till the examination. So there is no end date for current affairs. Okay. They usually ask around 12 to 15 months of current affairs prior to the examination. Now in current affairs sources, some recommended sources from my side is, so the Hindu or Indian Express, magazines, there are Yojana and Kurukshetra, economic survey and budget of that particular year where you are giving the examination, and PIB PRS website. Okay, that's good enough. HS Karthik, if you have any question, please type in. If I have not answered your question, you can please type in. Okay, now the step 4. After you are done with your NCERTs, after you have started your current affairs, now is the time to decide the optional subject. Now, do not decide your optional subject at the very start of your preparation. After 3, 4, 5 months, you decide your optional subject because you have the enough knowledge now. You understand the syllabus of UPSC the way it should be. You understand the subjects. You understand your comfortableness with different subjects because you are doing it in NCERTs. So now you'll be more equipped, more knowledgeable to select your optional subject, because selecting a wrong optional can make or break, selecting an optional can make or break your result. Okay, we have seen it's close to 24-25% weightage, which is big. Okay, so there is a 26 subject list which is in front of you. You have to select one subject and take 2, 3, 4, 5 days. It is a very important decision. Do not decide in 1 hour, 1 day. Take your time. Talk to as many people as you want to. Talk to yourself as much as you want to. And then decide your optional subject. After that comes your step 5. Now you have spent close to 5 months in your preparation. Now comes your, advanced book steps, reference book steps, which runs for 6 to 8 months. Here you will study books like Lakshmikant for polity, or Lucent, those books which are recommended, which have the, coverage of UPSC exam syllabus in the way it should be. Okay. So now is the time to do those reference books. For Spectrum, for, history, Shankar IAS book for environment, Ramesh Singh book for Indian economy, JC Leon for geography. So I'm not saying these are the only books. I'm just giving you as a reference. Okay. But you have to spend close to 6 to 8 months now to cover your general studies through these reference advanced books. So you are now, once this stage is done, step 5, you are into close to 13 months, 6-7 months here and 4-5 months, prior to that NCERT and optional subject choice and, understanding the examination. So you have close to 12 to 13 months of preparation has been done now. Okay. Now, another important thing is, which I told you, that current affairs will keep on going along with your preparation till the examination. So there is no expiry date for current affairs. Plus, you also need to prepare for answer writing simultaneously. Okay. Now, after this, the last step is for roughly 3 to 4 months. Okay. Which takes your preparation to 15, 16 months in all. Now, this step is basically last stretch where you will be revising whatever you have studied and you will be giving mock test. You will be giving actual like examination before giving the final examination. It is super duper important to give as many mock tests as you can so that you will be better. See, UPSC in a little lighter mood, we call UPSC as Unpredictable Service Commission. UPSC Unpredictable Service Commission. Why? Because they change the pattern of the exam. They change the way they ask questions. Every year or every 2-3 years, they have surprise up their sleeve. So it is extremely important to go through the mock test so that you'll be prepared for every kind of situation where the paper is tough or paper is easy or paper is moderate or paper is lengthy, any kind of situation. Because when you give, 20-30 mock tests, you'll find a difficult mock also, easy mock also, lengthy mock also. So you'll be prepared for everything. So all these steps are important from start to finish, and it will gonna take 12 to 15 months bare minimum to prepare for UPSC Civil Service Examination. I hope now you are clear about how to prepare, what is the exam. I have tried to answer your queries when you have asked only. I'll see if you have left any query or if you have any question now regarding the paper, I will surely answer that. Okay. Before that, I have an important announcement. So if you wanted to start your UPSC exam preparation, the ideal way to start UPSC exam preparation is through NCERTs, as I told you, and also to do CSAT at the start, because CSAT is a static paper. There is no current affairs. It's maths, reasoning, and comprehension. Okay. So if you wanted to prepare for UPSC and you have 2 years, you are in pre-final year or final year, you wanted to start your UPSC preparation. So you should start with NCERT and CSAT. So for NCERT, I am giving you an exclusive thing. So Career Launcher has a full-fledged program that we have created for NCERT. So what we have created a video course where we have covered all class 6 to 12th NCERTs according to the UPSC syllabus in the video format. Okay. Now this is 200 plus hours of expert video classes taken by UPSC expert, which have complete class-wise coverage of NCERTs. It also has revision booklets of NCERT. So you need not to study NCERT, at all when you join this particular course. So you'll get 3 revision books, ebooks we called, and it is completely aligned to UPSC Civil Service Examination syllabus. We offer it usually at $1,000. We are currently offering it at 199 rupees only for those who are currently attending the session. So I am sending you a link in the chat window. You can go to this link. You'll get all the details about this particular product, this course, and there is an option of putting a discount code. On that option, you need to write flat 80. This discount code is applicable till tomorrow 12 night. Okay, so till tomorrow midnight, you can buy this course at 199 rupees only by putting the discount code as flat 80. The link for the course I have given you in the chat window. So you can buy this course, start your UPSC preparation with the NCERT thing. Okay, this has complete NCERT. It's a plug and play thing. You need not to do anything else, and your UPSC preparation will start for next 5 months. You are set for 4 to 5 months when you join this particular course. Okay, now I'll go back to the questions. Just a moment. Okay, so Yash is asking, sir, do law has vast syllabus than TSIR? See, one thing, when you select your optional subject, do not get into that trap of short syllabus, easy paper coming in last year. Do not get into that trap. Okay. Every optional is same or different. It is you who has, see, you have to be comfortable into that. Even if the syllabus is short, if you're not comfortable in that subject, you will not be able to score. Okay. So do not get into the trap of easy, short while selecting optional subject. Decide based on your background first, second, your interest, and third, your familiarity with that particular subject. Okay. Now, another question, let me just make it a little larger. Okay, Kritika is asking how to understand the syllabus. So to understand the syllabus of UPSC, go to the website called as upsc.gov.in. Search for notification of UPSC Civil Service Examination. Or you can Google UPSC Civil Service Examination Notification 2025. So you'll find a big PDF having 100 plus pages. In that particular PDF, there is a section dedicated to the syllabus of the examination, where you'll find the detailed syllabus of the paper. Okay. Even if you don't want to do that, when you join this NCERT course that I have given you for 199 rupees, we give a booklet into this particular, course, which have the syllabus in details. Topic wise syllabus is there in that particular booklet. Okay. So you can, refer that booklet also. Now, Pratiksha is asking, sir, apart from the academic aspect, how does one decide whether they'll actually be able to become a good officer? Because as a graduate from computer science, when you have to choose between corporate or UPSC, a lot of confusion is there. Okay, Pratiksha, see, you need to see how you decide is go through some videos and understand what officers do, what a civil servant does. Okay, if that resonate with you, if you actually see, this is a very, very difficult paper. So you have to be doubly sure about going for this examination paper. You have to have that passion and zeal, because it's a traditional paper where you're required to slog for next 12, 18 or 24 months. So you have to be absolutely sure that you wanted to go for it. Okay. When you start your UPSC preparation, confusion word must not be there. Okay. So understand the life of a civil servant. If you know someone, who is into civil services from your network, try to talk to that particular person. You will get an absolute clarity that, you are made for it or not. Kavya is saying, can you show the slides again? I'll shortly, once I finish the question answer, I'll again run through the slide for you guys. Sneha is asking, any online sources through which we can give mock test accordingly to you? Yeah, there are a lot of online places. So Career Launcher also provide an online mock test series, both for prelims and main examinations. And then you will find enough online players. HS Karthik is asking, sir, I'm studying in second year BE and how to manage both UPSC and academics. See, if I can be a little candid and honest with you, Karthik, see, I've also done my graduation roughly 22 years back. And I've seen, past 20 years, I've been into academics. So I've been, with the students only. If you're doing BE or you're doing any kind of graduation, if you say that you don't have time, you don't have 2 hours, 3 hours with you where you can prepare daily 2 to 3 hours for UPSC civil service examination, I will not gonna buy that. Because in graduation, the way the graduation is being conducted in India, you always have time for yourself. So it's up to you. You wanted to use that time. Finding those 2 hours on a daily basis every day from your schedule of graduation, I believe it's super easy, super simple. So you just need to think through what you do on a daily basis. If you are able to spare 2 hours on a daily basis with your second year BE, if you are in second year BE right now, you have enough damn time. 2 hours per day is super good enough. Sneha is asking, also suggest some reference for prelims examination. See, there is no reference books for, there is no books for prelims or mains examination. Books are combined. When you are reading history, you can't read prelims history or mains history. When you're reading geography, you can't read prelims geography or mains geography. Okay. Only reference for prelims examination is last 5-year exam papers, actual exam papers. Kritika is asking, sir, please repeat the website name, upsc.gov.in. TK Toku, any offer for CSAT? Surely. So we'll also announce an offer for CSAT, and we'll send it through email and SMS and WhatsApp. Okay, and you can join our CSAT. So Career Launcher is known for its CSAT course. Okay, so we'll offer NCERT. I've already given you an offer. CSAT also I'll surely communicate an offer to you so that you can start your preparation in full with CSAT and NCERT. Kritika is asking, sir, can we start as student of BSc in first year? 100%. It's never early or never late for UPSC Civil Service Examination. You have enough to cover that whatever time you have, sometimes will gonna feel less when you start prepare. Okay. Yashika is asking, sir, when we should start reading the newspaper if we have attempt on 2028. See, one thing, Yashika, you need to understand. So ideally, if you're asking for the examination, how much period of newspaper is being covered. So 18 months prior to the examination. So for 2028, mid 27 and whole 28. Okay. Or, early 27 to mid 28. That's what being covered. So you have to start from early 2027. But then, see, reading newspaper is an habit that you need to inculcate in yourself, which takes time. Okay, so it's always better you start right now, at least to have that habit of reading, knack of reading newspaper by the time you get into the UPSC preparation. Okay, so Priyanka is asking, sir, I'm in master second year. Should I start from NCERT? 100%. See, NCERT, see, whatever is your stage, whether you are late, whether you are early, NCERT is the building blocks. You cannot skip NCERT. You're doing a disservice to yourself with your preparation. Okay. Shavya, if I have missed your question, please retype it. I'm sorry. I've tried to cover every question. If I missed, please retype it. Okay, so we have a specific channel for CSAT. It is called Career Launcher UPSC CSAT on YouTube. So you can go join that channel. We do free classes out there. We do a lot of sessions on CSAT. We also have a Telegram group where we share a lot of free study resources. So on Telegram, if you search @CL UPSC, or you can just scan this QR code which is there in front of you, you can get into Telegram and you'll find a lot of free study resources out there. Vaishnavi is asking, sir, how to deal with self-doubt. See, one thing, Vaishnavi, that you need to do as an exercise if you wanted to prepare for UPSC exam, spend a day and think through why you wanted to do this particular, why you wanted to prepare, what's in it for you, what is your reason. Now, this could be money, this could be, doing service for the nation, this could be changing your, status in the society, this could be any damn thing. There is no right and wrong in that. Okay, but then you have to be clear about why you wanted to go for it. If you wanted to go for it for power, you have to be clear in your absolute mind that I'm going it for power, or I'm going it for money, or I'm going it for status, or I'm going it for my, let's say, my parents. When you have that clarity that what is the reason for you to prepare for going for this UPSC examination, self-doubt will automatically disappear. Shavya is asking, what should be the backup? Excellent question, Shavya. Excellent question. One thing that you all need to note down, that UPSC Civil Service Examination, the success rate is very low. So there are chances, even if you deserve, you have done your preparation, there are chances that you may not be able to qualify. But there are enough government exams which happens on the same pattern of UPSC Civil Service Examination. And they also are officer level posting. Okay, so you can go for those examination. For example, assistant commandant examination is there. Okay, there is an PF officer examination is there. So there are SSC examinations there. Pattern is same. If you are prepared for UPSC, you'll be able to give those examination paper as well. Anushka is asking, sir, my parents are pushing me to prepare for UPSC, but I'm not sure. Should I still see? If you are not sure, I will not recommend you to go for it. See, this paper require absolute clarity because it's 18 to 24 months of your life, day in, day out, grinding. If you are not sure, you'll not be able to grind that much. Yeah, Pratik, very true. All PCS exams are also based on UPA. So state PCS is another backup option that you can have. Okay. Now, before you step out of this session, before you leave this session, I'll answer whatever question are left. But there is one request from my side. Please give your feedback of this session on the chat window. Did you like the session? What you liked? Or I have wasted your time, you didn't like at all, or you have got bored. Whatever be your feedback, please post your feedback. 1 line, 2 line, 3 line, 5 lines, positive, negative, doesn't matter. See, it will give us the direction of future sessions which we can bring for you. Okay. Sneha is asking, sir, how can we prepare ourselves for interview? So Sneha, I'll just answer your question, and side by side, I will also keep on running through the slide once again because Karthik is asking to run the slides again. Okay, so to answer your question, how to prepare for interview. See, what happens in a UPSC interview is that obviously they test your knowledge base and they test your confidence level and your logical reasoning, how logical you are into your decision making. Okay. So to prepare for interview, one thing that is required, the first thing is that your knowledge base has to be strong. So the preparation that you have done for your UPSC, general studies, optional subject, CSAT, reading comprehension, maths and everything, this that becomes the base for your interview prep, because the more knowledge that you have, more confident you are into the civil service interview round. Okay, and then there are mock interviews in place. There are certain sessions that we do when the interview happens at that particular time. So the preparation doesn't take much time other than what you are prepared for prelims and mains. Just by 15 days of effort, you will be able to get prepared for UPSC interview. Okay. Now I'll also wanted to a shout out to Agrasar and Sanskriti for arranging this session, for giving us a chance to talk to you, to educate you. Thank you so much. It's superlative effort to bringing the students on one platform, and I hope I've been able to do justice to what Agrasar have promised to you. Okay, while probably advertising this particular session, and thank you so much, Agrasar, for arranging this ultimate session. So I'm running through slides. You can just if I'm running in a little faster speed, please let me know. So my name is Himanshu Tyagi. I am a UPSC mentor with Career Launcher. I have been into UPSC exam preparation from past almost 18 years. And I now, heads the UPSC division at Career Launcher IAS. Okay. So Career Launcher IAS is a 25-year-old brand, and we specifically cater to NCERT and CSAT paper. Okay. So I'm running through these slides again. And, if you want one particular slide to be kind of shown again, please let me know. I hope this session is fruitful to you. If you have any query, any kind of, question afterwards, any confusion afterwards, you can connect to us. Search for Career Launcher CSAT at Google. You'll find, the numbers to connect to, and you'll be able to find me out there. Maths NCERT not to be done. Okay. So maths NCERT are not to be done. Okay. It is only for history, geography, polity, economy, and some part of science. Science also NCERT, you have to be very choosy. Just go through the syllabus, because science in UPSC exam is more of current affairs than to, it's more of technology, new advancement in technology than to actual science thingy. Okay, so to consider this NCERT course, it is extremely useful, and it is coming at a throwaway price. If you wanted to start your UPSC preparation, or you plan to start your UPSC preparation 1 year, 2 year down the line, take this course. It will give you an absolute clarity. Okay, for CSAT, so we have a full-fledged course for CSAT as well, both online and offline. Offline, we do it at Delhi. So Delhi, we have 3 centers: Mukherjee Nagar, Rajendra Nagar, and Noida. And we have online program as well available. So we'll share the details for the CSAT program to you through emails and SMS and WhatsApps. So thank you so much for your feedbacks. I'll still request you, because I can see 3 or 4 feedbacks only. So I'll still request you to give more feedbacks. It will give us the direction on where, what kind of sessions we should come up with next. Shavya is asking books for CSAT. So you can see, we have a study material for CSAT. There are 3 books: one for reading comprehension, one for mathematics, one for logical reasoning. And then there are 3 practice booklets. So there is a set of 6 books that Career Launcher provide for CSAT, which you can buy. I'll share the link of, study. Pratik, if you're there in the session, if you can share the, link for study material of CSAT out here. So you can buy the study material of CSAT that's been prepared by IIT and IIM guys. So it's super relevant for CSAT examination. Kavya is asking how to manage college and preparation together. I am political science honors students. Thank you, Pratik. So there is a link for CSAT study material out there on the chat window. You can buy it from here. So Kavya is saying, I'm a political science honors student. Should I additional public admin or see, Kavya, when you're doing your graduation, no need to, do anything extra in terms of graduation. Okay. Start your UPSC preparation. Start giving 2 hours a day. Okay. The way I have told you, the steps that I have told you, don't worry, it will get covered. Okay. So do not, at the start, one thing that you all need to note down is that the simple you start, the easier for you to go into the complex part of the preparation. Do not make it complex for you at the start of the preparation. Okay. So do not get overboard at the start of your preparation. Okay, Kavya, I hope I have answered your question. Okay, Ria is asking, sir, can you make a session on time management? 100%. So probably, with Agrasar, we can do a session on time management. I can do a session on how you can make a timetable for a UPSC aspirant. How the day looks like, morning to night, starting from rising and, sleeping, in between what you have to do. I can create a session, and, we can come up with, if Agrasar wants. Okay. So we can come up with that time management session, super important. And we can cover different, use cases. One is who is completely preparing for UPSC, somebody who is into graduation and side by side preparing. So how that timetable changes according to that. Okay, hope I have answered, all of your queries. Please let me know if I have not answered anybody's question. Please ask again. I'll give you last, uh, you know, 2 minutes for asking any further question. Please let me know if anything that I missed your question, or any further question that you have which you want me to answer. I'm waiting last 2 minutes for any question. Okay. Okay, so no further questions. Thank you so much. So this is Himanshu Tyagi signing off, and I wish all of you all the very best for um, your future endeavors. Uh, Preeti Priyo is asking NCRT sources. For NCRT, I have given you this. This is the source. Join this NCRT video course. I have given the link in the chat window. I'll give again. It is available at 199 rupees only. Okay. So just follow this course. NCRT is done. Okay. So when you go to this link, use code FLAT80, discount code FLAT80, and you'll find it at 199 rupees. Okay, thank you so much. And I again wish you all the best. Take care. Have a nice day. Okay.